Hello, my name is Tyllluan Penry. I'm a solitary pagan witch. I'm an author and the founder of the Wolf and Howl Press. And today's little chat is a bit about the Green Man, something that was suggested in one of the comments on an earlier video. I don't think anybody can really define exactly what the Green Man is. There was an academic paper written years ago, what was the Green Man called? And after going all round the houses, they decided he was called and known as the Green Man. Pity help us, but there we go. Anyway, the thing about a Green Man to start with is that he is a foliate head. He's not a gargoyle. He's not half wolf or half cat or something like that. He is a foliate head, and that means there are leaves going around his head and often entwining in his hair. And he has the stems of the leaves coming out of the eyes, the nose, and sometimes the corners of the mouth. So all in all, quite an unusual character. He's usually green, hence his name, but to be honest, I don't see why there's any reason you can't have him orange for the autumn, or a dark shade of green using holly or pine cones, holly berries for the winter. I don't see why you can't really, but I mean, we're not being purists here, so we'll do our best. Anyway, what else now? One of the oldest green men, and they do exist all over the world, you'll find them in all sorts of different traditions. One of the oldest was a Roman god called Sylvanus, and there is a stone sculpture of him I think on the side of a font or a basin, stone basin or something, where you can see he does indeed have a foliate head, and they've written his name, Sylvanus, so we know who he is. But whether that was the only name he was given, I don't know. Might have been, might not. One of the wonderful things about green men is that you can see them for yourself out in bushes and hedges and things like that. And especially where I'm sitting now, because actually the other side of this camera is the kitchen window. And if you look out of the kitchen window here, you see, what have we got? We've got honeysuckle, we've got roses, we've got brambles, we've got forsythia, gorse, you name it, we've got it out there. And of course that means we've got lots of different shapes of greenery and leaves. And it all helps you get different levels of shadow, different levels of sunlight. Some leaves reflect raindrops more than others. And if you look carefully, you will see all sorts of things, not just green men, but you will also see fairies. And you will see them perch on a stem or another leaf, or just about anything really. And it's fascinating because if you're walking along, you might not see it so easily, but if you're sitting like this, you can actually get a sheet of paper and a nice soft pencil, because they're the best for sketching with, I find, and you can sketch what you're seeing. Now, one thing I've noticed is that with many things where you try and draw something that you're scrying, essentially, try and draw a face in the clouds or something like that, by the time, who's this? I know it's you, I know. I don't know if I can get this down to show you. Wait a minute, where is he? Tapio? Yes, you are adorable. You are gorgeous. Could you get down now, because I'm afraid you're going to hit the camera into space. Let's see. He's a very good boy. I forgot what I was talking about. Drawing them. Other things you try and draw, quite often, when you look away, because they're sort of on the move, you lose them and you can't draw them. But often with the green man face, even though it's in the greenery, which does move with the wind and all that, you always seem to be able to catch up with it again. And one of the great things about drawing it, if you like the Celts and the Celtic style of decoration and things like that, is you take your pencil and while you're drawing, you never ever take it off the paper. Now that sounds like a big ask, but if you take it off the paper, you lose the line. And one of the great things about Celtic and Pictish art, for that matter, is that it's almost an eternal line. So the drawing becomes quite a spiritual thing. It's an eternal line. And you can keep it going. If you find you've got stuck on one side of the face and you need to go back, well, you just move the pencil back across and you have 2 lines on the eye, or 2 lines on the eyebrow, or you go down to the nose and up, and then you go back down again and down here and then this way and that way. It's great. I recommend it. And it's also very good for creating glyphs. It's a good method when you want to create a glyph for your magic. If you happen to need a glyph or a particular sign or symbol for your magical work, it's a good way to do it. So that's one thing. Anyway, are there green maidens, green mothers, green crones? Yes, of course, I'm sure there are. The fact they haven't been represented, I don't think it proves they weren't there. You know, it's the old evidence of absence isn't... No, absence of evidence isn't evidence of absence. I'll get it right in a minute. It's been a heck of a morning. This is my 3rd attempt at this particular video. But I think the beauty of the Green Man is to explore it for yourself and see what you can take from it. What does he offer to you? You know, I had an experience once when I was out and about, and there was a load of beautiful pine cones. I thought, oh, I've got to have these. By which I meant I've got to have all of these. And you sort of hear a voice in your head. Oh, that's Poppy, the baby St. Bernard. I don't know what she's dreaming about, but it seems quite fierce. But I heard this sort of voice in my head, which you do when you're out and about. And it was saying, no, you can have a few, but you don't have all of them. They'll be greedy. And that taught me an important lesson, you know. So, I do hope you enjoy this. I do hope you have fun with it. And if you have any more questions about it, you know, put them in the comments and I'll do my best to answer them. Can't always promise to do it, but, you know, it's nice when you can. So, thank you very much for listening, and we'll catch up again soon. Bye.